I'm Matt with eTrailer. If you find yourself really going between different size trailers, or you have different vehicles hauling those different trailers, and you want something that's just going to be very lightweight, easy to maneuver, and something that's going to help monitor the weight of them so you can haul a little bit more safely, then Weigh Safe's ball mount with a built-in scale for your 2-inch receiver is going to be a great option for you. So let's check it out. This is going to be one that comes in a 10-inch drop. But you can get these in other sizes, as I have right here. This is going to be the 8-inch drop. This is going to be the 6-inch, and this one is going to be the 4-inch one. So I think this is going to be perfect for anyone who is hauling a lot of different trailers behind you, and you want to do it safely. And this is going to allow you to do that in 2 ways. First off, we're going to have a way to adjust this to fit perfectly with your trailer by adjusting that height or drop, so everything's level. And the second way is going to be that scale. That scale is going to let you fine-tune your loads so you can safely haul with it. And another way we can also really adapt to our loads is with a different ball, because you're going to come with 2 balls. This is just going to drop right in here and replace this original one, so you can even haul trailers with different size couplers. So perfect for anyone who is maybe hauling a boat trailer one day, a camper the next day. You're kind of all over the place, or you're using different vehicles like I was saying earlier, or even for those work situations where you have a ton of different trailers in your lots. This is going to help make that experience a lot better. So really, this is going to be a nice ball mount, and you want to make sure it's secure too. And it does come with locks, not only on the ball itself that hooks up into your shank, but also right here so you can adjust your ball so no one can take this really key component to your system. And what I like about this is how this operates. So typically with a lot of ball mounts, they'll have 2 pins. You have to individually pull them out. This, you just unlock this, and then you can pull this out. Just make sure you don't let it drop, smash your foot. And so that process there, super easy. This feels very smooth. That's just the way it kind of glides up and down. And we're going to have 1-inch increments to really fine-tune that adjustment. So I'm just going to put this into a spot where I want it to sit, plug it back in there, and lock it into place. And now that I have this in a decent spot, I can actually hook up to a trailer and actually show the scale in use. Now that we got our truck out here, we can actually lower this down some. And what's nice about this is you're getting more of a clear picture this way. You kind of see a reading right here. It's around 400, which is pretty accurate for our trailer today since it is a smaller camper, and this is looking pretty good. And with this back inside, I just want to flip this around now just to show you that you can get your rise and drops. And again, it's just going to depend on which one you have. The one right now is going to have that 10-inch drop. I'll just unlock that, pull that pin through. Another thing I'll really showcase is going to be this shank. So there's going to be 2 holes here, and I'll actually get a measurement of this later on. But for now, we're going to be using this hole for this, or at the very end of that shank. I'm going to flip this around, and like I said, I'd recommend a smaller drop for the vehicle that we have today since we are pretty close to the ground. I have to give this a little wiggle. There we go. Let's secure that back into place. Now when it comes to flipping this around, again, you will have to completely remove that ball, or the ball mount. And then we can just put it right back on top. This is going to be rated for 12,500 pounds for that 2 5/16 inch ball. Now if you have the 2-inch one installed, that's going to be 10,000 pounds. And that's going to be for your towing capacity. Now when it comes to your tongue weight, that's going to be a maximum of 1,500 pounds. And you actually can find it listed right here on the ball mount itself if you ever do forget. Now, I will say if you really don't know the difference between your tongue and your towing capacity, really the difference there is the tongue capacity is going to be the downward force being applied to the ball itself, and the towing capacity is going to be what's being pulled behind it. And even though it has that heavy weight capacity, this is going to be fairly lightweight to maneuver, and that's why I like really using this. It's actually going to be made from a heavy-duty aluminum, so when you do need to flip it around or adjust it, there's really not going to be too much hassle there. Now let's kind of get a few measurements. The first measurement I want to get is going to be the center of this hitch pin hole to the center of that ball. So we measure that out real quick. That's going to be roughly a little bit over 9.5 inches. Now keep in mind, we are using the hole that is furthest away. Now if we're using the hole that was a little bit closer, that's going to bring it in by an inch to a little bit over 8.5 inches. Now for the total distance it's going to stick out, that's going to be from that furthest hole, from the very edge, the ball mount, that's going to be roughly around 11 inches. If you're using that other hole, that's going to bring it to about 10 inches. In my opinion, I think this is a solid choice. The things that really stand out to me is just how easy it is to use, that scale we have to monitor our loads, and that we do have locks not only on the ball, but also at the shank too, so it's going to be extra secure too. Now there are some other variations of this ball mount. If maybe you want something with a slightly higher weight capacity, and then I'd actually recommend the steel variation of this. Now that weight capacity is going to be capped out at 15,000 pounds. So you're not getting that much more, but if you do need a little bit more wiggle room, I'd probably go with that one. It's really just going to come down to what kind of aesthetic do you like. And for me, I like this one a little bit more, even though we do have this more of an aluminum finish to it, but it's going to be a lot more lightweight and just easier to handle on a daily basis. But that was just a look at Weigh Safe's ball mount with a scale for your 2-inch shank. I'm Matt. Thanks for watching.